Good evening, Spiritual Collective. Let's get started, shall we? Let's get started. How am I feeling today? What are we feeling today? Let's see. What's going on today? Or what's going on in the immediate future? What energies can we tap into on this night? Universe, spirit guides, angels, demons, spirits above, below, and in between. What guidance do we need to help us move forward on this night for our highest good and our ultimate soul growth? I saw that card. So motivating. Oh man. Okay. Didn't help that reaction when I saw that. Okay. We got a lot going on here, okay? Got a lot going on here. So in my lap, I have the Ten of Pentacles. It fell reversed facing me, but it's in my lap. And I'm not quite sure, we're going to read this as a whole, if this is just an internal feeling or if it's something with a negative, and we'll have to get into that, okay? We do have some, we do have a hidden energy here, but let's first tap into the energy at our feet. We have the Fool and, wow, we have the Sun, okay? New beginnings, fresh starts, and success, or a feeling of going into success. Of course, in this card, she's running away. Images do matter, so let's look at this closely. Washing up on shore. Again, liminality here, coming from the depths, and into a successful beginning. Does look a bit stunned here in this Fool card, but overall you're rushing into something new. You could be definitely leaving something behind, as well, I'm getting. Okay. Okay, there's movement to the Six of Pentacle card. Okay, movement here, not quite either or. Giving and taking. Actually, do you feel like you're able to give here? This is an underlying energy. You are in a position that you can actually give freely. You're weighing. Interesting. It looks like all these pentacles on the wall, I've never noticed that before, have eyes, and they're looking towards her. If you can see that closely, like in the center of the pentacles, it looks like eyeballs staring at her, kind of like in a Scooby-Doo cartoon where the images, the paintings have eyes that move. So maybe people are watching how you spend money. Again, pocket watching. That is a thing. It's annoying. Seeing how freely you give. And I've never noticed that before. We do have a rat here. We have a lot of rats here. And you're weighing who you feel is deserving of your... Okay, you weigh what you feel is deserving. Now, this could be a person, people, or whatever, or just what in general in your life, what energies you give to. You're discerning, and people are watching what you give your money and resources to. Like it's their business, like it's none of their business. A lot of people, if they see someone who they feel has money, and again, if you work in a place, as I do, an establishment where you can also spend money, and you do spend money. I work in a grocery store, I've mentioned this before. It's my money, okay? It's my money. And people feel like they need to make commentary about my spending. Not always, but often enough, or they see what you're getting, or what you're spending money on, and what you're giving value to. And if it's not them, sometimes that they take that as a slight. You have a job too. And honestly, you have earned your right to spend money on what you have. They, excuse me, that's their problem. I mean, unfortunately, if they're in a situation that's whatever, but that's their issue. Okay? Um, if you gave your money to everybody and your time and your resource to everybody who wanted it, you'd be left with nothing. I thought I saw a pentacle on the ground there. That's weird. That is weird. Or maybe that was okay, never mind. But anyways, so that being said, you have the ability to give your time, your resources, money to where you want. That may bother some people because you do have a Ten of Pentacles energy here. Remember, it fell in our laps. That's what we have. That is us, the Ten of Pentacles. And some people feel they see that in a negative way because they are coming from lack, because you are not giving to them, or even at least giving your time to them. Okay, here we have, this is the card I reacted to. Look at the imagery, right? Okay. You're demonized in ways. I feel like this card always gives me like demonization qualities to it, and I definitely got that when it came out. There's people who like to feel like they are the holy rollers. They know what is up. This is the Hierophant, of course. But, they're coming off as being really, really, of course, judgmental, but also like really casting you down. Oh, in the name of God. And this reminds me of a lot of like holy rollers in the area. It's interesting because I work in Berkeley. I'm in the Bay Area, right? I'm not going to give too much information, but there is, you wouldn't think that there is a lot of religiosity in the area, but there actually is. And it's interesting because some of the people who claim to be this, like, yeah, okay. Like, if I see another thugged out looking person with an essentials jacket, it's just, I'm not trying to be judgmental, but the whole like image, oh, I'm religious, but then their whole vibe or their whole actions, the way they act, is not really that. I've been noticing that a lot more. Not trying to judge too much. I don't know too much about the whole thing, but that's just a small aspect of it. People mentioning religion around you because they know of your religion. They know of your spirituality. Trying to demonize your spiritual beliefs. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really noticed this before. It looks like there's hair on this person that's in the bed. No, that's not. That's just the bottom of a card. Okay. Never mind. Okay. I thought maybe like there was some weird werewolf stuff going on here for a second. Interesting that I saw that in the image. So maybe there's some transformation here. Maybe you embrace a more primal nature, a more earth-centered nature, and that is also demonized. How that came out there. Sometimes you see things in the cards that sometimes they aren't. It isn't even there, but you still see it. There's something about the imagery that that all work together to give you the information. But yeah, either way, you're demonized. And the shadow on these people demonizing you is what I'm saying. Like a person that's like really not acting like a religious person, but then they got like the religious gear on. Ooh, I'm afraid of God. But I'm acting like a total fucking jackass, right? I'm acting like I don't even like You know what I'm saying? A lot of that. A lot of that. It's just like there's a disconnect there. Ugh. Don't get me started. Yeah. The demonization of you and how you spend your resources. There's like a problem with your wealth. People have a problem with your wealth. Again, with this pocket watching. They wish you didn't have the wealth that you have. You have a lot of internal wealth too. I'm getting you have a lot of internal wealth. You have a lot of success and newness coming your way. Even if this newness and this new beginning may seem a little bit alarming at first, or a little bit rushed, or there's something about it that may seem like catching you off guard. It's still going to be very successful. You're very successful despite what other people, how other people view you. Yeah, how other people view you. Yeah, it sucks. And, but all in all, that doesn't affect your spirituality. You have to stay true to who you are as a person. Okay, that's very important. You have to do this. Really, these people have nothing better to do. They want to come off a certain way. Like, they want to come off as if they're all holier than thou, but they really have a lot of skeletons in their closet. And they are... And this doesn't even always have to be religion. This could just be morals, or like, you know, ideologies that are extreme or virtue signaling in many ways. That show like, oh, I really care, but then deep down they really don't. Very fake, very phony, but then you're the bad person because you're actually authentic and you say what you mean. You say what you think. If you're asked, like, it's not... You have standards, you have principles, and even if it's not the most popular thing based off a lot of fake lies, you're still demonized because it didn't follow consensus, okay? So there is that. Wishing comes out here. There's some kind of wishing that's going on. Other people wishing, and also you. Okay, wow, okay, summon, okay. So... you're about ready to really be able to tangibly touch a wish that you've been manifesting. In a way, however that works, you're going to be able to experience, okay, rigid, flipped up in my hand, okay? So you do have boundaries, which is good. You're going to have to keep these boundaries. There also may be a wall against, like, not against, but there's like a wall between what you want to manifest, this wish. It could be a part of your boundaries. I don't want to say that they are too rigid. But there is this, like, this wall, and then there's this bright light. There's this light in this wishing card, and this light you're touching, and this light here. I'm paying attention to the light. This also could be protecting your wishes and your manifestations from other people. That could be an issue. Okay, there's a lot of card flipping here. We have the High Priestess of Earth and fulfillment. You are going to be fulfilled. You are... you really need to tap into the wealth that you have, to experience the wealth that you have. You have a lot of wealth, but you need to fully experience it and embody it, and really connect to all this growth that is happening for you right now. Again, other people are going to demonize you because you're not giving to them. Oh, here we go. Differences. I'm not shocked. You are, again, demonized. You're different from them. You're the outcast. You're different. We have a lot here. Okay. We have conclusion. Again, with this Fool card, I said you are leaving something behind. So this is a new cycle. Something is concluded and something is coming out into the forefront here. We have self-worth. Really tap into that self-love. The High Priestess of Fire. So we have the High Priestess of Earth and the High Priestess of Fire. So that fiery passion. okay, that's being awakened inside of you, okay? And then, of course, there is the belonging here. You do belong. It's just you need to be true to yourself and who you are and what your passions are before you can really find who you mesh with. And be totally honest with yourself. You need to be honest with yourself and others. I feel like you are. And sometimes that's also what gets you in trouble, being very honest. But that's just what you do. Okay. Lust. Okay, you know how I feel about this card. Okay, lust fell out. It flew across the cards. It flew into the distance here. And it turned upside down. There is this lust here. Again, you could look at it as passions for what you're doing, but because it fell so far away from this deck, I believe it's energy outside of you. Again, it fell kind of like where the original demonization person, holier than thou, judgmental jackass landed. So there could also be some lustful energies that are judging you as well. Or you are judged in a negative light. You are perceived as being lustful even if you are not. You could be totally celibate, not saying you are. You could be... what was I talking about? Being celibate. So you might not be, but you could be. And denial came out after the lust card. Now, how many times... That's my issue with the lust. It comes out with denial because I feel like you are able to deny super strong lusty energies. You can embrace them. You can connect to them. You don't have a problem with them. But you also can deny that. Like you can hold that down. You can control it. And because also too I'm getting this denial of lust that you've had coming at you, like lustful energies or energies trying to get you to become lustful, and you've denied that, you've cut that off, you're getting judged a certain way. But you've been judged a certain way around this energy for a while now. It comes out in many different ways, but some energies are trying to get you to act out in a lustful manner. Oath, but again, oath, and it fell on honesty. You're true to yourself. You're true to who you are. You're true to what you find empowering. And that bothers some people because they aren't that way. Grove, spend time out in nature, spend time meditating, spend time alone. Really getting to know yourself and really tapping into your spirituality. Okay? Again, we have another cat image. Cats could be significant in some way. We do have a cat image here. People got a lot of judgment around you. You look a certain way. Oh, you're too lusty, even though you deny this or you don't act out in a lustful way, which they want you to act out in. Okay, all right. Oh. Okay. Oh, these people! I swear, it's so irritating. That's very irritating. Like, come on, get a fucking clue. Like, that's a ridiculous energy. Anyways, I'm just like, come on, so irritating, grow up. It's just annoying having to like deal with these energies over and over again, but they're there and they're constant, and so we have to talk about them and we have to deal with them. So that's what we're doing. We're dealing with the energies. We're dealing with the ideas and concepts and projections and perceptions of others, unfortunately. Okay, we have self-interest. It's time for you to be self-interested in yourself, your self-interest. Other people are looking out for their self-interest, and they don't care if they drag you down. So you might as well look out for your own, because nobody else is going to. Nobody else is going to look out for your best interest. They will drag you along. They will take you. They will... Let's see with this little mouse here. You know, you got to look out for yourself. Your bird's looking out for itself. And it doesn't care about anyone's feelings about it. Really. Is there something there? Okay? So whatever these people are feeling about you, they want you to give to them. Of course, you know. They want you to constantly give and give and give and not give you anything but judgment and just demonization, and they just want too much from you. I'm getting, and you really need to focus on your dominance, and nature. Interesting. I'm getting, it might be nice for you to spend time in nature, but what I'm getting most from this is human nature, and like base human nature and dominance here with this self-interest. They're trying to dominate you. They're trying to get the one up on you, to single you out, to get the one up on you, to dominate you, to get what they want from you, looking out for their self-interest. But you're okay with being alone. You're okay with being true to who you are. And again, that's with the self-love. You really need to engage in that. People. Play and engage in play. Lighten up, okay? If you, sorry. If you have others that you can engage and play with, that would be beneficial. You might not be able to. Maybe you don't have a lot of friends, that's fine. Engaging in play with yourself, maybe an animal. However that looks for you, experimentation, play, having fun, doing extracurricular, recreational things. But if you are able to have a group that you're able to, you might be able to engage in some play within this group as well. Also getting people playing games with you. There is that aspect there. But you know what? It's okay. You know this. You got this. The last reading is important. About strength, okay? Mimicry and direction. Come here, Scout. Okay. Okay. And direction. Okay, so this is about like some ravens are able to parrot, and is parroting this voice, come here, Scout. The dog, I'm assuming, is Scout. Sounds like a dog name, right? There's Scout there. And so calling Scout and to off his course, right? Off your course. Leading you off your course with some, and also mimicking you in some way. Distracting. It's distracting. And it's changing your direction in some kind of mimicking way, in some kind of like deceitful, but like misdirection. Yeah, misdirection. To get you off, yeah, misdirection to get you off your course, of course. Like, what's new? Like, doesn't that come up quite often for us, unfortunately? But you're above that, you're beyond that, you're aware of it. We're being called attention to that. Again, boundaries, okay? Boundaries are important. What? Oh, we just got direction a card or two ago, and we got North Star following your direction. They want to misdirect you, but you have a very strong direction. You know your North Star. You're directed. You are guided by divine light, by divine message, by divinity, by intuition, by all of this. Could be a significant goddess as well in your practice. But you are guided. You are on direction. No matter how people try to take you off your direction, you know who you are. You know what your purpose is. And that can't be taken away. I mean, they try. It's not saying they don't try. They sure do. To get you, pull you into like giving too much energy and time and getting you into lustful behaviors, okay? We have the hidden depths. You know your hidden depths. You know what lies in the depths of who you are. Your secrets, your shadow side, treasures that you've uncovered by going deep and exploring these depths. Again with the demonization, again with the lust and demonization. Here we have a mermaid, okay? Mermaids are what? Beautiful, and they're deceptive. You know, they take men, the sailors, and they drag them to the depths of the sea. And you know, so also they're getting this demonization and lust energy here that people have with the mermaid. There's a mermaid coming out. But you're just being you, I feel, and you're just being embodied in who you are, and you do have a connection to the other side that's deeply disturbing for some people. You're very comfortable delving deep, and again with the demonization. Okay, we have Owl Messenger here. Messages from Divine. Messages in general. There's flight here. So there may be some significant message coming through. Some mail, some emails, or some message from actual divinity through dreams, through meditations, or through just throughout the day through a psychic hit or download. Be very significant. Again with direction. Being directed to go where the message is. You're following the directions of higher powers, okay? You're being guided towards what your calling is. This is like a strong, a very strong guidance, a very strong divine direction for your life. You have this direction for your life. You have goals, you have aspirations, you have dreams, okay? We have Phoenix Rising. Again, we had the Fool card come out. Phoenix Rising. Fool card with the Sun. We have Phoenix Rising here. Yeah, you are going through a powerful rebirth. And we had the Priestess of Fire, too, didn't we? And self-worth. Okay, yes, okay. This is a beautiful, passionate rebirth of who you are. There's so much power here. There's so much fiery energy that you can harness and that you can control within you. This is beautiful energy, okay? Oh, what did I say? Oh, what did I say about going into depths and going within it? Look, both these images that we have, the fairy and the mermaid, there's a skull in the water, in the depths. There's death in the depths. There's something to go, like the shadow beneath, like the dark realm, but going within, and transformation, death and transformation, death and treasure, death and transformation. When you go within, when you aren't afraid to go within and look at who you are within, really go deep, okay? And people find this scary, and then they want to be like, oh, God save you, type thing, because you're so evil, when you're doing the work and you're really tapping into real spirituality, real spiritual gnosis, real divinity, okay? You have a real connection while their connection is false. They like to state that they are really spiritual, but they're not. Remember, again, with this, like they try to act like a certain way with, like, say they wear a cross. I'm not trying to, okay, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not trying to say anything if you wear crosses or if you wear religious iconography, whatever, okay? I'm not, but I'm saying there are some people, select people, who like to engage in like acting as if they're really religious when they're not. They wear the sweatshirt, they wear the cross, and they're really not, and they're really like really negative people, or really just trust me, see it a lot here. Moonstone, and this can go for ideology as well. Okay, Moonstone. Okay, really tapping, and you're gonna, really gain a lot of clarity. You're riding a dragon. You're strong. Very strong. Astral travel. I got a really great hit there of you riding the dragon and feeling the dragon under you. So there's swooping and flying, swooping down, and there's definitely something about flight here. There's something about direction and flight, connect, power. There's a lot of power here. What do you have in your hand? You have a wand and you have a jewel in your hand. You're very determined. You're determined to get where you're going. Definitely have a mission. There's a definite, a clear mission, a definite, clear calling. You're on track, and there's energies that try to get you off track. Try to get you distracted so that you don't really pursue what you want. And then, you know, if you do, you're demonized, or you get like these things that try to come at you, you know, try to smear who you are, right? Oh, you're overly lusty. Oh, you're evil, wicked witch, demon lover. You know, that kind of thing. It's like, grow up. Oh, you're stingy because you're not giving to me. Even though they would take everything you have because they only care about themselves. Fierce loyalty. More dragons. Fierce loyalty. You are definitely loyal to spirit, and spirit are definitely loyal to you. You have a very strong spiritual connection and spirit team. Really tapping into dragons and really tapping into a strong spirituality, a warrior spirituality, a fierce spirituality. Not this fake surface level, let me put on a cross or even a crystal and act like I'm all this and then not do anything, right? And actually be a whole different other way in real life, okay? That happens so often. That is very, very common. And what happens to you when you notice this or you mention this? Oh, demonization. Demonization, because you're the bad one, right? How could you say these horrible things? They'll say horrible things about you. They'll slander your name. They'll say all sorts of horrible things about you. Nobody cares about you like you care about, you should care about yourself and your actual spirit team. You may find people who actually care about you in this life, but not everybody has that, okay? I'm just putting that out there. Community. Oh, community. Wow. What was I just saying? Not everybody has that. And then a community comes up. So maybe there's a community for you. There's definitely a spiritual community for you. When you tap into who you are honestly and you engage in active discernment, you got to be able to read what's fake and what's not. You got to have distance. You gotta test relationships with distance before you get close to make sure they're legit. And then you know you have a strong community. Okay? A strong, transformative community that you're able to engage with. Because, I mean, there can be really powerful things with the right community, but communities can also be very toxic. So this is a very, you're dealing with other people, other entities, other energies. So you do have to be discerning. Acceptance. Accepting yourself, accepting others. But definitely accepting yourself first, because that's who you need to know in order to branch out and really accept others. Accepting what's in yourself first. You're holding yourself. Yeah, there's definitely some self-love work that needs to go on here, okay? Ha! Seek knowledge. Yeah, you're seeking knowledge. You have seek knowledge. This is important for you. You're a knowledge seeker. Do a lot of dream work. A lot of messages come to you within the dreams, the dream realms, the astral realms, where you're able to see things in a different way. Yeah. In it. Wow. Okay. Stillness. You need to be still. You need to find time in your life to be still, to really connect with stillness, okay? Again, with this really, I'm getting a strong meditation vibe coming out. Look how cute this dragon is. Look at its little face. Oh, so cute. But stillness, yeah, very important. To really connect with the energy around you, you need to be still, so you're able to feel it, okay? Service. So there's a service that you need, that you are giving, and that you will give. It's a divine service. You're on a divine mission to be of service in some way. I'm definitely healing. There's healing vibes here. There's guidance. There's direction, offering direction and guidance. A new hope, a new way, you're showing, you're guiding. Yeah. Your service is in guiding others, healing others, helping others, being a way shower for others. Definitely getting that. Ah! Okay. Okay, we got play and fortitude. Play again. We have 2 play cards. Whoa! Okay. We got 2 play cards here. We got the ravens crows want you to play, and dragons want you to play. So can we say that play is very important here? Play, experimentation. Okay. Engaging in something that you enjoy. Self-enjoyment. You gotta enjoy life. It helps you move forward. Fortitude. And being strong and fortified. And it fell out with play. So there's something definitely fortifying and strengthening about playing. You know, that newness, that playful quality, bringing in strength and fortitude. Also experimentation, giving you new skills to adapt and become more fortified in who you are, what you're doing, the skill sets you have. Getting that you can definitely stand on that mountain, on that peak, and offer divine service. Okay? Very important. Whoa, okay. Okay, this is probably be the end of it. Here we go. Okay. Leadership and fortitude. What? Again, on this mountain. Yeah, you're meant to be a leader. You are meant to be strong. With this rebirth, this phoenix, right? From this height that you've reached through a lot of patience, hard work, fortitude, you can be of service. And yes, patience did come out. Yes, it did. Patience. Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. Diving, also being deep within, right? Meditation. Meditate on patience. Meditate on going deep in. There's something there that will teach you patience. But patience is important. Patience is going to get you this fortitude and this leadership service. Like, this is done over time. It's not going to be done. You do it 1 or 2, do it 1, 2 times and then you're done. No, it's your whole life, okay? You're moving in a progressive forward movement, even though it's cyclical, yes, cycles, but forward as well, right? Growth. There's going to be a lot of growth here. A lot of growth. What we had what did we just have earlier? We had the High Priestess of Earth, and we had the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so this is a very strong time for you. There's a lot of growth. There's a lot of wealth. There's a lot of wisdom. There's a lot of direction. There may be energies trying to misdirect you, pull you in one way or another. You will be misunderstood, but you also are providing such a wonderful service to others who actually connect with you through an honest an authentic community, not one of phoniness that surrounds you, that surround us all the time. There's a lot of phonies out there, but there's a really strong community waiting for you that's authentic and the real deal. And it just takes patience and fortitude, and you will find this. And if not, you will find it within the spiritual landscape. Okay? But I do feel like if you really do put yourself out there and you do really step up into a leadership role, however that looks for you, you will find a leadership role within service. You will find this community with, of course, with the spiritual realm, but also in the physical realm. Okay? So it's important you really step into your path. This path is for you. It was meant for you. And you are guided on this path every day. Allow this guidance. Allow this direction. Allow it and act upon it. And you will become strong. And you will become a more powerful version of yourself. That being said, well.